Hello.
Hi, Wally. Can you hear me? Hello, Wally. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. It's 12 o'clock and we started right on time again.
Hello.
Just give me a moment.
Sir, please give
Okay, I had my YouTube playing in the background. So,
Yeah, I can hear you.
all right. I'll share my screen and it was kind of just showing just me. I wanted it in gallery mode. So, welcome, Wally. Thank you very much for being here. We're really excited to have you. And just in a minute, I'll hand over the floor to you. Um, okay. We also have people coming in, which is really cool. So, in case you've never attended a meetup before, I am Linda, and to my left, I don't know how you guys say it, is Amarachi, and we have Amarachi is the co-organizer of Vuejs, and so am I. So today we have Wale talking with us. He's popularly known as Flames, and he's going to be introducing Nux to us. In case you're not familiar with it, then this is something really juicy for you. So, as we always do, we just get right into it. You should also stick around after Wale is done because we'll be hearing back from the community, asking questions, and wanting to know more about your interest and what exactly you want from the meetup. So I think that's going to be a very, very insightful discussion. So Wale, without any further ado, you can take over. I will stop sharing my video and you can share your screen. Let me know if you're set or if you have any questions.
Okay, please give me just a few minutes. I'm having problem with my connection, so I just want to start.
Okay, that's fine. Well, like I always do, when we have time and we need to figure out to make time for our speakers, I crack dry jokes. So and Amari, she has switched off her video, but I wanted to be asking you questions, but then we have Christiana here. So I guess I can ask Christiana some questions about dry jokes and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm going to look deep into my archive and remember some from the last fun stack. So if you attended fun stack, don't answer. Um, what do you what do you do to cheer up a JavaScript developer? Christiana, do you know the answer to that one? What would you do to cheer
What
up
did
a
you ask?
JavaScript? What would you do to
Oh,
cheer up a JavaScript developer?
Um, I don't think I know.
Welcome, Jennifer. I see you. How about you, Amarachi? Have you heard that one before?
I haven't. Maybe you
Okay.
should tell us the answer.
Yeah, I will. You console them. You con. Yeah, you
I
console
almost
them.
said something like that, but I wasn't so sure.
Mm, sure. Okay. Walesh, let me know. Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll stop. I'll go on. Okay. I'll try this one next to Jennifer. Um, let me see. Um, what programming language does a Spanish developer write in? Welcome, Tristan. What language does a Spanish developer write in?
Is this question for me?
Yeah, it's just like dry developer jokes. So just any suggestion you think might be the answer. So what programming language do you think a Spanish developer writes in?
I don't think I have the answer to this. What's the answer?
It's C++ because C is yes in Spanish.
Oh
I
my
think
goodness.
this is actually like the bar for the dry jokes. Like this is where they start. I think if you're watching this, I would actually want you to post any dry jokes, original ones that you can come up with relating to Vue or programming as a whole. Yeah, open it up. And the person that like cracks the driest joke or something, I would give them one of Amachi's latest books. So yeah, you get that.
Hello.
It's getting started with tech is really cool. I think anyone that is getting to it should buy a copy. But of course, I'm giving one free for this, but more copies will come along. It will really help you to like make less mistakes than we did. And yeah, I think it's a very great book and everyone should have a copy. You should give your younger siblings and stuff instead of them playing on TikTok. They should read a book. They should read Amachi's book. I hope like as I'm pointing this way, it shows up that way for everyone. So Wale is set up, right?
Yes. Sorry for the delay.
No, it's fine. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to crack jokes. So I will give you the floor. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I can share my screen, right? Hello. So I want to share my screen so I can show the slides.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
okay.
We can see your screen.
Hi everyone. So what I'll be talking about is introduction to Next. So Next is a view framework. It's a framework built on top of Vue. So my name is Oluwale Alibi, also known as Flames, and I've been programming for the past 5 years. Front end, back end, DevOps. So yeah, I've been doing this for the past 5 years. So basically, what is Nox? Nox is a framework built on top of Vue, and it helps us build SPA, SSR, and normal static Vue apps. So what is SSR, SPA, and static sites? So SSR is server-side rendering. It is the technique used to improve the percentage page load times. It's the process of rendering web pages on the server and passing them to the browser. So what is the difference between SSR and the normal pages we have, like the normal Vue apps we build? So normal Vue apps are actually like a single page application, and the thing is the components are only loaded when the browser loads them. They're not loaded from the server. So once we load the page, we have to wait for the Vue app to compile before loading it to the page. But SSR is compiled from the server before sending it to the browser, and it gives this impression that it is faster, basically. Then we have static sites. Static sites are static and set without change from the server. So this is like built already. It's not as if a server has to like render some information from database or compile some files. It can be compiled to HTML files, which can be rendered directly to your browser. So what's different between Vue and Nox? So like what I was saying before, Nox comes necessary out of the box and easy to get started, while Vue has a steep learning curve for working on SSR. So with Vue, you can build your normal SSR application, but it's quite difficult and not straightforward. So with Nox, it's straightforward. Just run your Nox app and you have your SSR running. Another difference between Nox and Vue is Nox comes with automatic routing. So if you built a normal HTML page, like you have this index.html, about.html, careers.html. So basically that's how Nox works. You just create those pages and it's automatically routed. Like you already have those routes already. But compared to Vue, you have to like install like the Vue router, set up your route, which might be stressful. So using a framework like Nox saves time and makes things simpler, basically. Then we have code splitting. So code splitting is to enable. So code splitting is enables like your page to load faster, basically. So if you are creating a Vue app, I want to. So normally, like all the application, all the components are bundled together and sent to the browser. Like if you have like about us page, index page, careers page, so these are bundled together and sent as one index.js file to the browser. And this might increase the load time, like so because it's going to take a lot of time downloading this, and that might be bad user experience because of the size. So for this review, so that's where code spacing comes in. So it's going to only save the files that are required for a particular page and not all the files at the same time. But so you have to do this manually in Vue, but in Nox, this is straightforward. You don't have to do any configuration. So in Nox also, components are, you can make components to be automatic. You don't have to import them. So example, you have the footer page. You don't have to do import view and restart the components. You just put the footer page straight up and Nox knows how to import that automatically. So yeah, that's the difference between Vue and Nox. Then we have the Nox folder structure. So then once you create a Nox project, it comes with the pages directory, and that's where like the automatic routing comes in. So every new Vue file you create in the pages directory comes with a automatically generates a new page. So we also have the component directory. So like what I said, like components are automatically imported. You don't have to import them manually and register it. So any components you put in the components directory are automatically imported into your pages when you use it, basically. Then we have the asset directory. So the assets are probably what save your fonts. You have pictures, you have SVGs, you have styling, like some styling that you want to put in your view file. You can also put it in your assets directory. Then we have static directory. So static directory is like the public folder in a normal Vue app. So you must put like stuff like the favicon, probably some images. So this is what static directory is for. Then we have the Nox .config.js file. So the Nox config.js file is where a lot of configurations go on in Nox, basically. So there you can put the title of your. So we don't have an index.html file in a Nox project. We have a Nox.config.js file. So here you can add your meta tags, add your root CSS file, add and it also serve as your app.vue also. So you can also add like register Vue plugins and modules, etc. So we have the layout. So once you create a Nox file, we have a default layout. So that is true that default. So that default layout, you can just add your header and footer, and you can also create new layouts. So probably you have a different layout for your career page. You have a different layout for your blog. So you can create different layouts for each type of pages you have, basically. So we have the middleware. So middleware is important in case like when you are building dashboard. So you want some pages to be accessible by a logged-in user, and you want some pages to be accessible by a visitor. So this middleware makes it easy. So then we also have plugins. So this is where you put all your Vue plugins and you export it to the nox.config.js file. Then Nox also comes with Vuex, and that's the stuff, comes with Vuex configured automatically. So you don't have to start installing Vuex manually, configuring manually. So the thing I do is like probably like example, I'm building a fintech app. So I just give each components, like each model, I'll use the word model, each store. So you can have the user.js, like the store. I can have the user store, we can have the wallet store, we can have the card store, which saves the card and save the. So so each file have their own store easily, and you can easily import it into your components using map getters and all. So like it's quite easy to set up your Vuex store with Nox. So the reason why I like Nox is because like there's a structure. You don't have to like have planning with your team on okay, how can we structure a view app? So there's a structure already, and you can just use that to follow like how to dictate the workflow of your application. So why choose Nox over Vanilla View? So for me, basically, if I was to create any view application, to be honest, I just choose Nox from the beginning. Like I don't do normal view. I just choose Nox. So one of the importance is if you're trying to build a server-side rendered app, you can just use Nox straight out. It's out of the box. You don't have to do any complicated configuration or learn any new thing. You just start building it. So it also has automatic routing. Then meta tags also. So that helps with SEO. So meta tags, easy to add meta tags in your Nox application for each pages. So you can easily add your meta tags. It has this header attribute in your view. Like the way you have the data, you have the file. So you also have the header component. So the header component you can add the title of the page. You can add some meta tags. Then you can also add like Twitter cards, Facebook cards for a particular page. Then you also have SEO improvement because it's server-side rendered and also the meta tags managing. It also improves your SEO. Then you also have UX out of the box. Then there's a structure, like what I said, basically. Nox comes with a structure which you can easily follow. Then automatic split routing, optimization also comes with some optimization out of the box. And we also have like automatic components import. So you don't have to like, probably you have like, you have to put in imports footer from .. You don't have to do that. It's automatically imported. So to learn Nox, we have masteringnox.com. So this is a great resource. They teach you how to like use Nox with tailwinds and also like important features like store, authentication, authorization. So also using the middleware, things like that. So there's also an Udemy course that you can. So there's a link to it, and we also have their documentation. Their documentation is also a good place. Like if you're comfortable with just reading the documentation, you can also just go to their docs and read that. So yeah, basically that's it about Nox. Thank you. So any questions, anyone? Is there questions that will be asked?
Thank you very much, Wale, for that introduction to Nox.
So
yeah, hold on. I'm also on the... Okay, so does anyone have any questions for Wale? Wale, you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. So does anyone have any questions for Wale? He just went through Nox and all the goodies that come along with it. The fact that it's server side, and who knew that Vue could already get better, right? Well, Nox did.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So let me quickly head on to the YouTube page.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Okay. Has anyone here built something with Nox before? What have you built with Nox that you'd love to tell us about?
The CarryWise dashboard was built with Nox.
That's interesting.
Then yes, the CarryWise dashboard was built with Nox. Then also I have a product I'm working on, Buy Food, and that's server-side rendered app. It's also built with Nox. So it's assisted my productivity. So for CarryWise now, so like the store was, so we had some projects in CarryWise. We built it, like one of our projects are built on Nox. The one that was built on Vue before we migrated to Nox. So the reason why we love Nox was because number one, the pages was awesome because we didn't have to have like completed view router file, things like that basically. So we just have automatic pages. Then the structure is the beauty about it. Then we have components where you can just easily like, okay, fine, you know, like components are here. We also have so your components you can like separate everything basically. Then what else do we do? So I'm trying to just remember what else made it easy. Okay, nothing really much. So I don't move to the SSR part. So
Okay.
I've not really built like SSR without Nox, like using Vue without Nox before. What we wanted to build something in CarryWise. That was let me put the link here. carrywise.com/circles. carrywise.com/circles. So so you can view it out. So
Chat. Okay.
yes, in the chat. So you can view it out. So that was built with Nox. I needed to be server side, right? Server side and that. But let's to share Twitter cards for like particular pages. So I really want to go through building with Django, like full stack Django. We wanted to depend on API because we wanted to move away from the depend like API separate, front-end separate. So the best way we went about it was just using Nox, and it was so easy to go ahead. So basically, it's just a line, like so changing from static to like so there are three modes: SPA, static, and SSR. So just changing that line alone has made your application SSR or static or SPA. So it was quite easy to go ahead with that. And if you wanted to move back to SPA, it's also quite easy. And it also comes like meta tags. So adding meta tags for each page was quite straightforward using Nox. Yes. So yeah.
The fact that you're saying that you can switch from SSR to server side, like from SP or SSR with just a line of code is already
just a line. Yes.
Is mind blowing. The fact that I know the amount of process and work that would have gone into that. Jennifer, I think on the chat you said that you built something right with Nox. How was that for you? Is she still online? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Linda. Hi, Wally. Yeah, it was. Hi, everyone. Yeah, it was really nice. I enjoyed using Nox. I mean, first off, the automatic routing is like a big deal for me because in Vue, you have to go and add each, like, I mean, for every route you want to build, you have to add, and it's easier. It's also easy to like do dynamic routing. Like everything is just there for you. It's like an actual framework in every sense of the word. And then the one line of code for switching from SPA to SSR and all that, it's really beautiful using Nox. I mean, if you use Nox to build like 2-3 projects, trust me, you don't want to use Vue, just regular Vue again.
I'm really happy to be hearing that because first of all, I don't know, maybe developers have marketed themselves quite intelligently, like they've made themselves seem so intelligent. But between ourselves, we all know that we Google everything. We all know that we can't remember syntax and stuff like that. So to actually have a framework that's built upon Vue where you can see that the needs of the developers are actually prioritized. You can tell when you're using a framework that cares about you as a developer. And that's what I really love with Vue. Down from the documentation to things like this to routing, they just try to make it seamless, and creating and solving problems is already a task of its own. The process of solving a problem that's already there shouldn't be complicated, right? It should be made as seamless as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So if you okay, I can see Tristan. Hello, Tristan. Am I pronouncing that right?
I'm from Paris. So hello from France.
Oh, hello. Funny enough, I don't speak French.
Oh, it's okay. I do agree with you that Next and other tools like Next brings a lot in terms of routing, because you don't have to write the router anymore. It's easier for the mind, it's less load for the mind. And I was wondering if you have encountered any issues regarding static generation speed, if you have a lot of pages with Nuxt, because it seems like that it was an ViewConf, maybe US recently, and there was a man who was speaking about maybe his website having 400 pages, and he encountered a lot of speed issues. So I was wondering if you have any experience building your large sites, or maybe smaller but having speed issues with Next.
Okay, I'll have passed this question down to Wale. Since you mentioned
Okay.
building carry wise
Okay.
with Knox.
Okay. So for static site, I've not built a lot. I've not built a static site that has up to 400 pages or even 20 pages. But from like Carrywise is a fintech application that enables savings and investments. So we built that. It's a single page application which was built on Nox. So from that, I don't think we really encountered issues like performance issues. In fact, it's improved performance, improved our performance a lot, and because so like it only like serves the file needed for a particular page. So for static for static files, I can't really say because I've not built that large amount of pages before. So I'm not really sure if like there'll be performance issues. But for the single page application I've built, which had quite a number of pages, I'm not sure. I'm not sure we encountered things like that basically. So yeah, at first when we first built it, there were some issues which we later optimized along the line, like removing unnecessary libraries, using like building some stuff that we don't need external libraries for. After we did that, like that improved like our performance basically. But apart from that, I don't think we had any other serious issue like that.
Okay. Well, as for me, I haven't actually built
I've not
anything.
I've not really built a large number of pages, so I can't really say.
I haven't worked with any with Knox yet, but then the next thing I'm going to work on my next side project would probably use Knox with all of the good feedback that I'm hearing from it. So Tristan,
So
sorry.
please try it out.
Yeah, honestly, like I think when I built my blog, I used Gridsom, and now with everything that I've been hearing with Knox, I feel like I married the uglier sister, something like that. Um, yeah, but I
Funny
would.
enough, I've never used Gridsaw before.
Yeah, so I'll definitely check out Knox and know if I indeed got the prettier sister or not. Um, Yeah, so we also mentioned that this is going to be kind of like an interactive session. So we're also opening the floor to everyone that is presently on the call. And I think the link is also on the YouTube channel or the YouTube stream. So if you want, you can jump in, right? We want to hear from everyone in the Vuejs community. This is just our fourth meetup, and obviously there is room for improvement. And we actually want to do this as a community. We're not just going to be on this side of the world just pushing out content and everything. We want to know what your interests are, what you're looking forward to, or what you're expecting, what you'd want to, what you want more of, what you'd want more of, and what you'd want less of. So the floor is actually open to everyone. You can just tell us, give us feedback.
In fact, I have another question, but maybe more general. I'm wondering if in the future, do you see yourself building Vue applications, using just Nuxt or any other static site generators, because they provide, static generations, and also they allow, client side pages. So I think that we may, with Next, at least maybe Gridsome, we have reached a point that we don't use Vue CLI anymore to build, to default build a bootstrap the project. What do you think? Do you see any other use case that you really need just one client's side app, or do you think that you can from now on only start projects with Nuxt, for example?
So from what you say, I'm thinking you're asking if Nox is enough for projects, right? For certain type of projects. Yeah, I think so. I think Wale even mentioned it in his talk, like comparing Nox and vanilla Vue. The use cases, for instance, like just a simple blog where something like Gridsome or Nox will fulfill your needs, and when you won't need anything else, you're not plugged into any backend or anything like that. So I think, yeah, use cases like that exist, and it's going to be used and going to be more popular, being that it's a very seamless solution. Okay. So, okay, fun thing. I think you unmuted earlier. I think you wanted to say something. No, you didn't. Okay. On Yeka said generating a lot of pages with Nuxt can take some time. Well, yeah, it can, as Tristan brought up earlier. So I guess that when you have so much pages, then maybe depending on Nuxt alone is not actually the right step.
In fact, I just attended StrappyConf. Do you know Strappy, the CMS?
Yes.
And they had a conference 2 days ago, and someone mentioned that they use Vue in a project, having it's a media site, so they have something like 800,000 pages. So 400 maybe wow. It's a lot, but they are managing 800,000 pages. And they're using Vue instead of Nuxt because they have a lot of dynamic items on the pages.
That's crazy. How many pages?
So 800,000.
You can actually go to the Strappy conference website. They have, or maybe on YouTube, because the presentation is online, so you can watch it, because they're talking about how they use Strappy, because this is the Strappy conference, and they use on the front end Vue.
Great, that's actually really awesome. And
they have also another talk from the Vue maintainer, one of the Vue maintainer, about Vue 3 and a little bit of composition API in the Strappy conference. So you should check that too.
Okay, reading the chat. Uchas said that in response to your first question, Tristan, that he thinks a little fish shaking and lazy loading of a component will help improve the speed. Okay. Here's a question for everyone, well, apart from the organizers. So, okay, sometimes we give talks and sometimes we have workshops. Which anyone can answer, which do you prefer or resonate or get more out of, like the workshops or the talks? Because I know, like with workshops, it's time bound. So sometimes when someone is building something, they might have laid down the foundation to, not take time and just get into Vue and all of that. But so just comparing workshops and talks, how, based on the ones you've attended or watched, like what do you prefer and what do you get the most out of? Did you guys hear me?
I don't want to talk all the time, so
Yeah, I don't know why like that. I don't know if they're shy. Maybe we have to share a TED talk on on public speaking or something. It's just not so public. We're not much.
In fact, once a month there is a View meetup from you. In fact, just before that there is a View meetup from Bangalore.
Okay.
Happening 2 hours before you. That's why I'm a little late sometimes to watch your presentation. And they mostly do talks, but there are also people presenting and who is live coding. And the problem for me to follow these people doing live coding, which is a little bit like workshops, in fact, is that we don't have the repo beforehand, so we cannot be prepared. So in case you want to do some kind of workshop, it would be interesting just to have the start of the repo, so we can check a little bit the dependencies, install all things, so we can be ready to follow the presenter. So we can make things very focused to have the starting point, for anyone who wants to follow, and they can do it, in live with the presenter. So we can test, we can ask questions, that kind of things for the workshops.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point, and we'll make sure I'm planning forward to ensure that when someone is giving a workshop, if they are building anything that would involve repositories and dependencies and all that, anything complex, we'll make sure that they provide the template and everything that the user would need to follow.
Yeah. And it's just that I'm also doing that for myself when I'm following courses online. Is that, I'm creating branches, I'm maybe creating starting branches for maybe a specific point I'm working on. And I'm also creating an end branches so that the final result can be found in another branches. So also for workshops, it would be great to have a starting branch so everybody has the same starting point, and then you work on it. Maybe it works, maybe it's not working, maybe you have your own solution. You can compare with the solution that the presenter want to show you from the start, his idea. So you can compare, and that you have maybe more information to work on.
That's a very good point. Thank you so much, Tristan. Okay, so if you've been following us on Twitter, you know that we also share courses. Like so far, we've been sharing a lot of front-end master courses, and I think those are really nice. But I also want to know from you guys if you guys have any suggestions on maybe platforms that you really enjoy learning from, so we can also like get courses from there and then share in the future. I'm talking about courses and learning. Real Mastery is actually running a free weekend, like this weekend. So you can take advantage of that, and you know that they have really good content. So any other platform? Okay.
Yeah, so if you are
Wally.
interested in GSAP animations, yeah, so there's this website, Creative Coding Club. I'll share it in the link so everyone can see it. So like anything about GSAP and to improve your animation, you can learn it from here. Then there's one 3JS course, but I can't actually remember the link now. So in case you want to, I'm a big fan of animations on websites, so things like this fascinates me. So yeah, those are where I learn some of my.
You're muted.
Oh yeah, I've finished like even yeah.
Okay, you just instead of something sure. Okay, so thank you very much for that. I guess we'll also share that again on our Twitter, on our Twitter profile. So yeah, but from other people that are also on the call, are there any platforms that you're presently learning from that you think other members of the community would benefit from? Cricket sounds. Okay, so I guess one, I would also share things on how you can contribute to the community. So I remember that on Slack, someone reached out to me and was asking, oh, how can they give back to the community? How can they help? And I remember starting from just the little things. So it starts from, I think we're most active on Twitter, but be it Twitter, Facebook, whatever, is whatever you're doing that's related to Vue or Nox or any of its derivatives, we are always ready to share and interested in that. If you build anything with Vue, or you even learned anything with Vue, or you found this website that shares Vue content or anything, like just share with us and tag us, and we'll repost and retweet that content. And if you have any questions, we also have the Slack channel. And Amach, can you share the link to our link tree in the comment section? I think
I'll do that.
Okay, that has the links to all of our platforms like Medium, YouTube, which is also we're streaming to Twitter and everything. So you can connect with us on any of those platforms. So on our Slack channel, you can also ask questions, or if you're having issues with anything, you can post to the community. And Vue is here to stay. We're not going anywhere like anytime soon. Like Vue is already on Mars. So what are you guys talking about? Vue is on Mars. Vue was using some of the code that was used to ship the thing to Mars. If you guys follow Elon Musk and his Mars explorations. So yeah, Vue is here to stay, and we're just here and trying to figure out how we can just spread the word and be as helpful to both newcomers and people that are presently here, even if you've been coding for a long time or you're just getting into coding, like there is space for you in the Vue community. And yeah, and we're not like types say, oh, Vue is better than React and Angular and every other thing. So like that's not the kind of vibe we hear where we have, even though we love Vue, it's not as if like we're negative extremists and everything like that. So feel free. And as you know, here it's you said?
I just said like you extremists. Yeah, don't worry, I'm just cracking my head. Inside joke.
Yeah, so I don't be extremists or anything like that. But if you are, you can tell us and we'll talk to you. Like as long as you're not harming anybody, as long as you don't kidnap anyone and say use Vue for a next project or die or something like that, then you're fine. So yeah, so and like this is actually a meetup, this is a community, so we actually want to hear from you. Like I don't know what's happened with this particular meeting. Maybe people are shy and that's why nobody's talking, everybody's putting up their videos, but I'm really excited knowing everyone that uses Vue, everyone that's in the Vue community. You can reach out to me on Twitter and you can ask questions. I write articles to and I also do a bit of mentoring. I'm just going on and on here, but honestly, you guys are so shy. So yeah, keep the resources coming. We will share them on our channel and probably also create a Notion page with all of these resources so that next time other people come, they would have something to fall back on. But I'm pretty maxed out here. I think I've said everything I have to say. Machi, if you have anything else, you can let us know. Or if anyone else wants to say something before we kind of round up, just let me know.
Okay. All right. I don't have anything to say. So I think if anyone have like a project they work on with Vue or Nux and they want to like just show the audience, then I think we should just give them a chance to do that.
Okay. Hmm. There's an issue with the Slack channel.
Yeah, I'm trying to resolve that.
Okay. Just hold on, guys. I'm actually will fix that up. Uh,
Hi everyone.
oh, hey
Hi,
Timothy.
Timothy.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Timothy. So just a comment that I want to make regarding my own experience with Noxt.js when I started. So when I started with Noxt, I was very fascinated at the things that I could do with Noxt, and it really made development quite easier. But I noticed that I began to pay a lot of attention on Noxt.js, studying the docs, reading a lot of, watching a lot of tutorials on Noxt, and I noticed that my core understanding of vanilla Vue.js was a little bit trailing behind. So in other words, I was building more projects on Noxt, but meanwhile, I noticed that Noxt.js, which is very fantastic, but I noticed that a couple of things that were that Noxt.js is for example Noxt.js documentation and the code base is based on Vue.js. But I noticed that when I started working on Noxt, my understanding of core Vue.js fundamentals, for example, Vue router, some delicate things in Vue router, even Vuex, were beginning to go down. So I had to be conscious of that, go back to Vue.js and take some in-depth tutorials and try to balance things up. So what I'm trying to say is that Noxt.js is beautiful, is great, but while we build our project with Noxt, we should still understand that it's based on Vue and still try to be kept abreast with what's happening in Vue.js, Vue 3, composition API, and just still be able to follow along. That was my personal experience that I wanted to share.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh,
That's a good
awesome.
point.
Yeah.
Wale,
Okay,
you can go
so
first.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's great. Yes, it's true that sometimes you forget some things when you get used to a framework. But to be honest, like if it is not something you use all the time, like example, if you are building stuff with vanilla JS and if you build stuff with vanilla JS, I move to Vue or React, you forget some things you also like do with pure vanilla JS. So if it's Nox you do every day, like yes, it's normal. Like I don't think it's something you should feel bad with, but you should feel bad about. Because if you are okay, fine, if you want to work on a project that requires core view, like you can, I feel it's something you can easily learn back also. So it's also the same thing as like for me now, like sometimes I switch between React, Vue, and pure vanilla JS. So to be honest, yeah, like yes, I forget some stuff, and it's quite normal. Like nobody is an island of knowledge basically. So even for Nox, like to be honest, it's been long I did some things in Nox a little bit. So I can't remember some things I know. But obviously, if you want to go back to it, you remember it. But I don't think anybody should feel bad like, oh, I've not been doing View, I might forget some things there. Yeah, basically things like that. Basically. So that's my.
Okay. That's a good point. Because like front end is always changing and it's always evolving, and they're going to new tools are always coming up, right? So it's not easy to kind of be up to date with everything at the same time. So that depending on the present needs that you have based on the project you're working on, sometimes you might lag a little bit on certain frameworks or code, and that's fine. As long and thank like thankfully we have a very great community with robust resources. So whenever you want to pick up or just remind yourself of any of the be it syntax or whatever, you can always find a tutorial. Tristan, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to react to Timothy's remarks, and I really agree with him because the fact that we have Nuxt, a lot of things are very easy. They are done for you out of the box. And maybe in the future, as you just said, we want to maybe use another state management system. For now, they are in sync with what happens in with Vuex. And I just discovered a lot of different state management systems. And maybe one day we don't want to write so many codes with for Vuex anymore. So and we want to switch the system, and we need to be able to maybe get back from get out of Nux, maybe using any another engine. So we need to keep track of all those other frameworks. For me, maybe especially the state management system, because it's very complex. It's a big issue to stay really on at the state of the art, and to switch, because the frameworks changes, they change so fast.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tristan. Wait, Christiana, did you want to say something? Okay, no, I think maybe she unmuted by mistake. So, did Wally drop out? Oh, I think Wally just dropped out. I was just about to thank him. Okay, it's almost 1. So thank you, everyone, for coming on. Thank you for sharing your views. We really noted them, and we will act on them. And if maybe after this meeting you think of something else that you think would help and improve the community, feel free to share it with us. Yeah, you can always find me on Twitter. You can send me a DM, and I would respond if you have anything that you want to share with the community. And Amaraj is also there on Twitter, and we also have Umar. Umar is a new member of the Vuejs community organizers, but I can't see him here. Oh yeah, okay, I can see Umar. Umar, if you want, you can just say hi to everyone, and also your Twitter handle, so they know that they can reach you, and if they have any issues and want to communicate with us.
Hi everyone. I don't know. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can.
Yes. Sorry, I've been so quiet. I've been having network issues all day. So, yeah. Hi everyone. It's nice to meet everyone on this call and learn from everyone as well. My Twitter handle I will put in the chat now. You can also reach out to me. Give me a second. And for any questions you might have. And yeah. So, cheers everyone.
Yeah, so Umar is the go-to person on our Slack channel, and yeah, so if you have anything related to Slack, you're most likely going to get it sorted out through Umar. Okay, Tristan is saying something. Okay, yeah, so Tristan is mentioning reaching out to other speakers from other meetups, and that's already something that's in the work because it's a global community. Thank you very much, Tristan. So it seems Wale might not be able to get back before we are done. But yeah, I've been saying a lot. By the way. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming on. Thank you for sharing all the platforms you learn and the fun things that you do with you. We're looking forward to doing this again next month. And so yeah, follow us on Twitter if you're not following us on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and see you guys next month. Thank you very much. Bye.